Okay, welcome back to Calvin's Corner, where we live stream games that I enjoy playing. I share tips on how to play the game. We just kind of explore the game together. Today we're playing Rocket Bot Royale, and we're going to play the new game mode, Red versus Blue. Before we get into that, I'd like to go ahead and share my top 3 tips for leveling up faster in Rocket Bot Royale. So the top 3 tips for leveling up faster in Rocket Bot Royale. Number 3, utilize new game modes, specifically Mine Mayhem, Laser Tag, and Instant Kill. 3 modes. These modes increase opportunities to get kills and multi-kills, double, triple, and quads, destroy 5 tanks in a single game, and destroy 10 tanks. These game modes also increase the chance to destroy 2 tanks with 1 shot, especially the instant kill when you sling a vial of poison into a group of tanks. Mine Mayhem and Instant Kill are also great at collecting crates. Number 2, memorize and prioritize XP goals. Prioritize the XP grind over winning. If you need to get that quad kill and you just got a triple, push to get that quad even if you die trying. Use a mnemonic device to remember goals. Write them down or take a photo so you know exactly what you need to accomplish in the game. This will help you to complete more tasks in each game. Also focus on completing easy tasks first. And the number 1 tip for leveling up faster is purchase XP multipliers. Unlock the Season Pass. In the Season Pass, you collect double XP for each goal. This double XP is shown in the XP goals. And it will cut your time in half to reach to higher levels. Also, the XP doubler in the shop, it doubles all XP earned and stacks with the Season Pass. So those two combined together will cut your time to a quarter. Okay, so today we have the new mode, Red versus Blue, and I'm going to be playing with my Dark Viper account. This is my first account. You notice I did not have the XP doubler, so I played this account with just using the season doubler, and it took me from mid-October, I think, until about the end of February. So no, the end of January. So whatever that time frame is. So it would have taken me half the time if I had had the XP doubler. So in this particular game, Red versus Blue, basically anybody who plays the game is going to be split into 2 teams, and we're just going to jump right in. So want to make sure we have our weapon set, have our perk set, and today I'm using my favorites, Speed, Magnet, and the Vampire perk, a couple of mines, 1 homing missile, and a couple of flak. And hopefully my image is pushed out of the way so it's not blocking anything coming in. It looks like we're on Team Blue. We have a total of 10 players and it will be split 5 to 5. If it ends up being an odd number, the blue team ends up getting fewer players. Okay, coming in, we're going to try to go ahead and grab an extra homing missile. So it's good to have the maps memorized. Since we're coming in only in 2 teams, we don't have to worry about having any enemies drop in on the right side of the map if we're coming in on the right side as blue. Ah, died by shield. All right. Jump back in again. Now, one of the things that, since I was so focused on getting Dark Viper up to level 70, um, what that ends up doing to my stats is basically I had more bot kills than I actually had player kills. So it doesn't look particularly good in terms of when you're comparing my stats to other people's stats in the game. Most players have far fewer bot kills, but that's just one of the sacrifices of leveling up fast is you're looking for those easy kills, and bots were the easier way to get kills. So coming back into the game, that's one of the reasons why I like red versus blue. There's absolutely no bots, so I can just focus on player kills. And another thing is, since this is kind of like a secondary account recently, since I've been focused on the Ghost Viper account, I am behind on getting I don't know what they call these, the season points, and getting up to 10,000 for the season tank. Since I do not have the season pass for this particular account, I'm missing out on all of the gold and glider and tanks that you see in the yellow bottom line. I'm only getting the gold and the season tanks that's shown in the upper line. And so we've got just about a little under 5,000 season points before we get the season tank. And so we're going to go ahead and jump back into the game again. With the red versus blue, the season points that you get are pretty much all or nothing. It doesn't matter if your team wins or not. If you die, I don't think you get any points. You might get a little bit of points, but we'll take a look and see. I'll have to die again so we can see what the difference is between getting all the points and getting none of the points. Okay. So we have 3 players coming in. That's going to be 3 on red and 3 on blue. I'm on the red team this time. So it's sometimes difficult to tell what my color is when you look at my spider tank, but if you look at the missiles, you can see immediately what team you're on. I have red missiles. And it looks like blue team is all on the right side. So here's a quirk of the game. There are certain parts where I'm trying to run around the maze, but there's certain times on the certain landscapes, on certain maps, that the tank gets stuck. So I just have to go around that, jump off, and move to the next section. There's also some places where the tank might run a little bit slower on some maps, and I don't know why that is, but it's just one of the quirks of the game. You just figure out what those quirks are and deal with it. So we've got a whirlwind. We'll see if we can't do a trick where we blow our opponents into our missiles. Oh, about to get hit. And then another thing for XP points in this game, you get a certain number of XP points if you win, if you survive and win the game. And for each tank you kill, I think you get an additional 25 points. Okay, so we'll take a look at the stats. We survived 2 player kills. That's multiplied by 2, 75. So survived 25 for that. And yeah, I'm not quite sure I'm following these multipliers, but it ends up being a total of 175. So jump back into the game again. I don't think I've ever really focused on those multipliers too closely. It just always seemed like it was 125, I think, if you win, plus multipliers for killing. 25 extra points when you make kills. So we have 9 players this time on Team Red. That means it's going to be 5-4, 5 for Red, 4 for Blue. So Blue might have the disadvantage, or at least they have the disadvantage on the number of team members. They could very well have a couple of elite players, and that will make the game off balance.
We'd like to remind you that this is a non-smoking flight.
Most of the players that play this game are lower level. Doesn't mean anything, just happens to be the case of what it is. So you have to be careful jumping out into the red zone, because that will potentially put you into a nest of enemy players. Try not to die. Jumped right into the missile. Alright. So, didn't survive, got 5 points for not surviving. So, not all or nothing, but it's all or very little. Alright, 55 seconds and 3 players. I'm on Team Blue, so it's me versus 2 others, and now we just had a few more people join in. Oh, got flagged. Okay, so all the blues will come in on the right, all the reds will come in on the left. I can jump out, grab a homer if one of the other players doesn't grab it first.
Please use the vomit bag.
Now, playing with a large team, you have to be very careful not to, since we move around the map with shooting our missiles, these missiles can accidentally knock our teammates around. So it's really helpful to try not to be too disruptive to our teammates. Or just at least be aware of how our actions affect others. And alright, having a heck of a time getting this guy. There, we got him. So we have one more red left, 4 blue. Looks like one of my teammates is fairly injured. Another one's a bit injured. So I've been playing this game since mid-October. It's been about maybe... there, I just got knocked off the landscape by one of my teammates. And I've got to be careful because my... Yep, there goes another one of my teammates. Oh. There. Wow, that was a close one. It was 4-1, and then it turned out to be 1-1. So that was that's what happens if the game can just turn around on itself. I was trying to say something, and then I had to focus on the game. So I got 3 kills. So like I said, you get 125 points plus 25 per each kill as long as you survive the game. So math works out. All right. Jump back in. Whatever I was going to say, I'll think of it again in a bit. Yeah, I guess the secret of this game is to not give up. Oh, got nuked. All right, 7-7, and we're gonna jump out near the middle. Looks like some of Team Red is continuing on to the blue side. And looks like it was a player that DCD'd because they just drowned when the helicopter went down. Alright. Unfortunately, I've got magnets, so I'm going to absorb that health. So even though you have a magnet, the parachutes won't crates won't actually come to you unless it is one of the weapons that you are carrying. So you still have to be good with your movements to collect crates. You still have to be able to have good game mechanics Up, down to one more red. Let's try to get him without dying. Alright. One of my players used a whirlwind and blew him right into my mine. Alright, so 1 kill, 125 plus an extra 25 points. Get 150. Coming in on Team Blue, 8 players. So yeah, that's what I was trying to say at one point, is I've been playing this game for 6 months or so, and I still learning things every day. So one of the things I didn't realize until recently is that since I'm not using extra health, I actually have a smaller health bar. My health bar compared to other players that are using the bonus health, they have bigger health bars. So that's a way to find out if another player has less health, is to compare the health bars and go after players that have a smaller health bar because they'll have less health.
We'd like to remind you that
I
this is
haven't
a
realized all
non-smoking
this
light.
time that had made me more of a target. I always thought that the health bars were the same, and here all this time other players knew to look at my health bar to see my weakness. Oh, sorry. Is that my team member? Sometimes it's hard to tell. Alright, so we're down to 3-2. Two to 2. Ouch. Oh, almost dead. One of the difficulties I have with this game is the controls. I get confused as to which weapon goes to which key. And I'm dead. So I got 1 kill, and it looks like you do get some points for the kills. So 5 points plus 5 points for each kill. Not nothing, but not much. Okay, so I am slightly sidetracked by my technology. Alright, try to focus on gameplay.
Drop zone's approaching. It's boogie time.
All right. Hey Google, I am looking at the YouTube studio and I have been playing the stream for feels like at least 15 minutes. And looking at the stream on my laptop for YouTube Studio, it looks like it's like 15 minutes behind. Is that normal?
A 15-minute delay is not normal. Typical YouTube live latency ranges from 2 to 60 seconds. This massive gap usually indicates the studio dashboard has paused or is struggling to buffer the live point. Troubleshooting steps. Refresh the page. The most common fix is a simple browser refresh to resync the player. Click Live. Ensure the red live dot on the YouTube Studio player is active. If it's gray, you are viewing a cached portion of the stream. Check latency settings. In your stream settings, ensure you are using low latency or ultra low latency for near real-time interaction. Network congestion.
So on the studio on YouTube and on my OBS, it says everything is excellent though.
Even with an excellent connection status, a 15-minute gap is usually a playback sync issue rather than a transmission failure. Quick fixes. Refresh the YouTube Studio tab. Browsers often throttle background tabs, causing the preview player to fall behind. Check the live button. On the studio player, click the red dot next to the volume icon to jump to the actual head of the stream. Toggle low latency. In your YouTube stream settings, bottom left of the dashboard, ensure low latency or ultra low latency is selected. Since your RTX 5070 and Intel Ultra 9 are handling the encoding easily, the bottleneck is likely just the browser's preview buffer. Would you like me to guide you through the NVENC settings in OBS to ensure your hardware is fully optimized for the lowest possible delay?
So in the top corner of the YouTube Studio, there looks like it says reset. Is that the refresh button?
Now, the reset button in the top right usually refers to your stream key or specific stream settings, not a page refresh. To fix the 15-minute delay, use your browser's refresh button, the circular arrow next to the address bar, or press F5 on your keyboard. This will force the YouTube Studio player to reconnect to the current live point. Would you like me to explain how to check if your stream latency is set?
Alright, sorry for that delay. Trying to figure out my technology. And alright. Alright. We are running smoothly again. So, joining the game, currently 40 seconds to go on Team Red. Yeah, some of these tanks are kind of difficult to tell which color they are. Mine, I think I had a few of my teammates shooting missiles at me because the red in my tank doesn't show up very well, and if you're looking for colors, you see my my level number, and that's blue. So it can be very confusing sometimes when you're quickly running around the map shooting at each other as to which team each tank is on. So sometimes you get friendly fire, but at least allies' fire doesn't hurt you unless it's a poison vial. Ouch. Alright, we got 3-2. Oh, 2-2. Okay, so we're at a disadvantage. We have the low ground. That's 2-1. Oh, and I'm dead. So I'm on Team Blue this time. And 5 versus 5. So sometimes players will jump into enemy territory. We'll just give that a shot. It's maybe surprise the enemy, but you can quickly become overwhelmed and lose. So now I've got 2 of their players tied up with me, and that means that my teammates are dealing with everyone else. So it's like 3-1 over there, and it was 3-1 over here. Now there's only one more player to get. Did he just take a dive? Okay, he just jumped in the water. Oh, where is he at? Okay, back into the game. And we are just under 4,000 points to the total amount of season points I can get for not buying the season pass. back on Team Blue. So it says here we have 7 out of 25 players, but since there's no bots, when there's a lot of players playing this game, you can actually get up to 35 players. See this guy right there that was above me, I couldn't tell what color he was. So that's one of the bots that is difficult to tell. So that, you know, that actually might be a strategy, is getting a tank, not a bot, but a tank that is difficult to tell what color it is, so it can confuse your adversary. And I was talking, so now I am on the wrong side. Let's see if we can make this to my advantage. And there we go. Getting confused by which weapons I have. I sent out a flak earlier, and I meant to send out a see, flak again. I was trying to send out a mine. Alright, I'm injured. He's gonna come over here to get me, so he's watching me. He knows the game. We're down to 2 versus 2. Alright, 1 versus 2. Alright. Teammate saved me. I'll jump back in again. So we'll have to play the Royale portion, see how that fares in terms of season points compared to red versus blue. If you survive toward the end and make a few kills in Royale, I think you can actually get more points than you can in red versus blue. Okay, we have a slight advantage. Nope. Game's even, tied. Alright, I've got enemy all around me. just used up the last of my special weapons. I gave some damage, but I didn't get any kills. Oh, 3 versus 1. This is not good. Got one of them. He didn't have any crates. All right. Ah, drat. I got mixed up on my buttons. I was trying to hit the nuke and I hit the jet. Oh, got nuked. Good shot. Okay. Get some bonus coins. So I only got 10 points, season points for that, so that wasn't great. So it's pretty much an all or nothing for points, season points in Red versus Blue. It's a lot of fun though. So let's just jump over to the solo play and see what the point difference looks like there. For this one, you get a bonus depending on if you are in the top 50, top 25, I think top 12, maybe top 5, and if you come in number 1, you get like a multiplier of 5. So it's to your advantage to take first place, but when it comes down to season points, they're very easy to get. Get them fairly quickly. As you can see, we already got like 1,000 within a few games of Red versus Blue, so it doesn't take very long. If you do get the season pass, there actually is a bonus tank that you can get when you get up to 50,000 season points. Oops. Try to grab this grenade. Uh-oh. See if I can get him with the drill. Nope, missed him. Ah, and I got knocked off, so I died. So we got 116. Killed one player. Came into, I guess I was 4th, so came in the top 12. So it was a 4 times multiplier, so 116. So I think it's all about the same in terms of season points. It just depends on what you're having fun at. And since the new mode games only come around every 6 days, we only get to play this game, red versus blue, every 6 days. So it's fun to play it while it's here. Yeah, I have a hard time switching to the correct weapon I want. And the other thing is, say for instance I have it set for mines, I press down on the mine and then I switch back to missiles and let go. I shoot a missile. And then if my missiles are, say for instance, well, that didn't quite work out the way I thought. I was testing to see if I switched back to missiles, but I don't have a missile available, if it would switch back or if it would shoot the mine, but I don't think I did the test correct. I'll have to try it again when I have a little bit more time. Okay, so it's 3 versus 2. And I'm wasting my weapons. So now it's 2 versus 1. Quickly try to get some more weapons up here. Ah, he got the weapon before he blew up my mine before I could kill him or blow him over to it. Yeah, I'm dead. Alright, so let's get back in here and try that again. So, all of my missiles... Yep, I messed it up again. So... Oh well. I can't recreate the action that is happening when I'm fumbling around with my fingers, so I don't think I will really know if I'm doing what I think I'm doing.
In the pipe, bye.
So I think you might know or see that every once in a while my video stutters. I was having a lot of problems with playing this game and a lot of stutter, audio stutter, video stutter. And I was playing on an old laptop, and since it had such a small screen, I would hook it up to my my I don't know, I think it's like a 42-inch screen TV. and which had a low refresh rate, and I'm still learning about technology as I go along. And also playing on my cell phone's hotspot. So I didn't have a very good connection, very good system, and very good video. So I went through, tried to do the best I could, and finally got frustrated, bought a um, got cable modem, which was the best I could get for where I live. Would like to have like Google Fiber or something like that, but it's just simply not available for me right now. And then I bought a really nice computer system and monitor, and I'm still getting that stutter. So it still happens sometimes, but it definitely makes a big difference to have a good graphics card, a good monitor, because if you don't have that, the graphics just aren't going to come through. Even for this two-dimensional IO game, it's just you got to have some good equipment, otherwise it's going to put you at a disadvantage. In fact, I currently have my computer's just like way too good for this game, in the sense that I've got more computer than I need, but I figured I would make videos as I'm doing that, so having a nice processor and graphics card and all the memory that goes with it will hopefully create some nice quality videos, and hopefully my ability to make videos will improve over time so I can be as good as the computer I have. Alright, so 3 versus 3. One of the red team members has gone to the blue side of the map. They haven't drowned yet, so I think they... Oh, there's the drowning. So sometimes players will lag. Might be related to what I was talking about regarding the video stutter technology hiccups. So the guy went to the one of the guys went to the right, I think, to get the some of the weapons, and hopefully my teammate is also. Oh, he's going for coins. Gotta be careful shooting mines, because sometimes if you get too close to them, you'll end up injuring yourself. You can get close to the mine without detonating it, but when you detonate the mine, it will have a larger explosion than the perimeter for the detonation. That's the reason why it's helpful to do a mine missile combo, because if you land your mine close to your enemy and not close enough to detonate it, your missile can actually detonate the mine and get the damage or the kill.
We'd like to remind you that this is a non-smoking flight.
Right, looks like we've got some higher level experienced players joining this team, several on the red team. Alright, I say joining this team, I meant joining the game. Looking for that red arrow. Alright, so we got a 1v1 duel. Get rid of that mine. Need to get my missiles recharged. Ah, got me. There was a mine missile combo he just shot at me. Ah, drat. I'm gonna knock myself into the water if I'm not careful. Yep, there we go. And then he did a Nuke-Missile combo. Alright. Very close to 7,000. Hey Google, is there any way I can tell how much time has passed on this streaming gameplay?
Look in the bottom right.
Yeah, see it. So it's been about an hour. So we have gotten about 2,000 season points. And if we want to get that season tank, the 10,000 point season tank, 10,000 point season tank, we will need to get another 3,000 points. And I'm wondering if it'd be faster to do it on Royale, but we came here to play red versus blue, so we'll keep up with red versus blue and maybe quit trying to make so many mistakes. Oh! Dang. Lost that one.
Please be careful when removing your overhead luggage.
Okay, for this map, if we go for the middle... Ah. I was trying to go for the middle. They have more homing missiles and some poison vials. But... Hey, dude, don't do that. You did not need those. I could use those. And there's those missiles I was telling about. Oh, they got that shield up in time. There we go. That's alright, I had some homing missiles of my own. I don't think there is a way to join red versus blue with teammates. Alright, we got 4 versus 4. And the game will not play until at least 2 players join in. So if you're the only player trying to join, they'll just, I think, just say like connecting until someone else joins. Alright, we have a red teammate who jumped down in the middle. I don't see any red air. They're above me. They came in from behind. Alright. So it's 4-2. Ah, man. All right, and that guy, Peter, just went to do some gem mining. It's a completely valid use of time. And the gems are what's used to buy things from the shop. So you get 200 of those and you can buy this season pass, and that's going to help you get the XP doubler. So you can tell if someone has a season pass based upon the color of their level emblem. If they have a blue emblem, they don't have a season pass. If they have a gold emblem, then they do have the season pass. So you can either go around and collect the gems, or you can just buy some gems outright by purchasing a daily deal and getting a tank plus gems. Usually they'll have a couple of deals that they offer. If you have a new account, pay special attention, because they will actually offer for a really good rate. You'll get a tank plus a lot of gems for a low price. So definitely worth, I think, buying the season pass to help you with your XP grind to get to the higher levels. Maybe not worth getting the XP doubler, but if you have the money, especially those of you who have a disposable income, job, whatnot, yeah, it's nice. So I had that for my Ghost Keeper account, and the leveling up to 70 was in a month and a half, so not very long at all. Okay, so back to red versus blue. Oh, matchmaking. So this is what I was talking about. So there's a good chance right now that I'm the only person trying to get in. We have 59 seconds, and there's 2 of us. So it was waiting for another player to join. So we've got about 60 seconds. So we'll find out whether or not anyone else wants to join in and play the game with us. Otherwise, it'll be a one-on-one duel. And yep, here's the more team members. Mine missile combo. So one of the things about dueling other players in the lobby is it does give you a preview of their weapons. So
chunks. Please use the vomit bag.
So sometimes that can give away what you might have, especially at the begin fights. Would it be helpful not to share what weapons you have? Maybe, but it's just a game, so whatever makes it more fun. Alright, follow the red arrow to find the enemy. Nope, I did not need that. So this crate did not want to be attracted to me. Oh, shoot. I forgot that I had gotten both 2 homers. I was trying to get all of those rapids, and so I shot off my homer, but I had more. So we have 2 versus 2. My teammate is below me. So we're in a kind of a tight section. Ah. That dude had a bunch of mines and he just spammed them all at me. Alright, so we have 1v1 duel. I think I have a health pack up here. I'm not sure if anyone's been to the top yet. I'm going to offload this drill. See, the crate's not magnetized, so I'm going to have to jump on it in order to get what's in it. Okay. And I think my neighbors are doing some renovations. I keep hearing pounding on the floor above me. But I've got my headset on, so it's kind of hard to hear them, but they might be coming through on the mic. So if you're hearing some construction sounds, that's what's going on. Oh, and I'm blue. See, I can't tell what color I am sometimes. Okay, so there's some homing missiles in the center. There's also a few nukes, a couple of shields, some whirlwinds. missile is just right in the center, just far enough out of the way where I had to jump for it to get the magnet to work for me. And looks like Team Red's already at the top. Oh dear. Ah. Yeah, we were already down 5-2. Grab the extra coins there, jump back into the game. Alright, we've got 12 teams, 12 players, so we're going to have 6 versus 6.
Drop zone's approaching. It's boogie time.
Okay, we'll go straight for the center, see if anybody else jumps out from Team Blue. There are no homers, flak, or mines in this map, so I would have to offload some of my weapons if I wanted to get additional. Or I could just grab some crates. Or if I kill one of the blue team members, I can get their crates. Oh, got nuked. Dang it. Alright. Now I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can say about red versus blue. And I don't think there is. Perhaps we could do a game again when there are more players playing. The game changes at the same time every day, whatever your time zone is, so just figure out what that is. That time will change if you live in a place that has time zones that change. So this was happening an hour earlier 2 weeks ago for us living in the States who have time zone changes. So I was waiting to play this game an hour too early, and when it didn't change, I had to remember that we had a time zone change. But the game can be a bit different when you have 35 players. That's a lot of people to have on the same team, so it definitely creates a more chaotic environment with a lot more friendly missiles flying around. There's probably a few things we could learn from that. Looks like someone who's disconnected down here. Nope, they just weren't. Oh, that was their nuke came back down. Okay. Yep, got me again. Same guy. Okay. Well, this is red versus blue. I think this is probably a good place to stop. It's going to take us quite a bit longer to finish out my season points, so we're going to save that for another day. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions for me for either creating these videos, videos that you'd like to see in the future, or even suggestions for my own gameplaying for improvement, feel free to drop a comment. If you enjoy these videos, please like and subscribe. That's going to help me out quite a bit in the future. And thanks again for joining us, and we will see you in the next video.